Welcome, everyone. Today, you will not just hear another book summary. You will explore human behavior, not how people appear online, but how they truly think, feel, and act. You will learn how humans manipulate, love, hate, and sometimes hide their true selves. This is not a motivational story. This is real, powerful, and eye-opening. The ideas in this book have influenced CEOs, psychologists, and even spies. It teaches about the one thing that shapes every life, human nature. Why do people betray others even after help? Why do we fall for the wrong person repeatedly? Why do we sometimes ruin our own success? This book answers these questions with clarity. Once you understand these principles, you will see through others more clearly. You will stop being manipulated and wasting time on the wrong people. You will understand the world better and protect yourself effectively. This is about becoming emotionally strong, wise, and mentally calm. Listening carefully will improve your English. Sentences are simple yet powerful. Real-life examples make complex ideas easier to understand. You will improve vocabulary, sentence structure, and comprehension while learning life lessons. Let's begin with Law 1, the law of irrationality. Humans are not fully logical. Emotions drive decisions. Fear, anger, jealousy, and desire shape what we do. Have you ever bought something to feel better or impress someone? That is irrationality. Have you sent a text in anger and later regretted it? That is irrationality. Sometimes we stay in harmful situations out of fear of being alone. Often, we don't realize we act this way. We justify our actions with reasons. People see the world as they feel it, not as it really is. For example, an insecure person may see your confidence as arrogance. Someone who is angry may attack even when you did nothing wrong. The solution. First, see your own emotions clearly. Pause before reacting. Ask yourself, am I responding to reality or my fear, anger, or ego? If a friend doesn't reply for 2 days, don't assume the worst. They may be busy, sick, or facing challenges you don't know about. Respond wisely. Breath. Wait. Control your emotions. Those who master themselves are more powerful than those who control others. Law 2. The law of narcissism. Everyone is a little self-absorbed. Narcissism is not only extreme self-obsession. Everyday self-focus counts too. From childhood, we learn to focus on our needs, pain, and goals. Even when listening, we may think, when will it be my turn? How does this affect me? Two self-focused people talking often don't truly listen. This causes arguments, failed relationships, and misunderstandings. To rise above this, develop real empathy. Step into another person's world. Ask, what are they feeling? Why are they acting this way? If someone shouts at you, pause. They may be struggling with their own pain. Empathy does not mean letting people harm you. It means understanding deeply. Influence instead of reacting. Stay calm while others lose control. When you truly see others, you gain a power money, status, or beauty cannot buy. Law 3. The law of role-playing. Everyone wears masks. From childhood, we are taught to hide feelings. Smile when sad. Act confident when afraid. Publicly, someone may seem kind, but privately they may feel insecure or manipulate. In relationships, a perfect partner may hide fear, jealousy, or resentment. People become skilled at hiding who they truly are. Compliments may mask envy. Agreement may hide future use. Protect yourself by watching patterns, not performances. Notice how people treat those who cannot help them. Observe behavior under pressure or fatigue. Compare words and actions. For example, imagine a coworker who praises you in public. But when you succeed, they go silent. No congratulations, no smile, just coldness. This is a sign, or someone always claims to be honest. Yet they shift blame, avoid responsibility, or exaggerate stories. That is not honesty. That is acting. Learn to observe behavior, not just words. The goal is not to distrust everyone, but to see people clearly before giving trust, love, or time. Most pain comes from believing masks, not reality. Law 4. The law of compulsive behavior. People repeat the same mistakes again and again. Many lives show a pattern. Same toxic relationships, same anger, same quitting when things get hard. These loops come from childhood pain, trauma, or past habits. People run from these patterns until they harm health, relationships, or future. For example, a man ignored by parents may overwork, overspend, or overreact to gain attention. He achieves much, but still feels empty. That is compulsion. A woman betrayed long ago may sabotage new trust, not because the other person is bad, but to repeat a pattern of fear. How do you break this? Observe your behavior without judgment. Ask, what patterns keep showing up? What hurts me again and again? Stop blaming the world. Decode your own history. The goal is awareness, not perfection. Once the pattern, you can choose to change it. Breaking toxic patterns heals yourself and your future. Law 5. The law of covetousness. People do not want what they need. They want what is hard to get. Why? Desire is not about logic. It is about mystery, distance, and fantasy. People crave what they cannot fully possess. Someone may seem more attractive when distant. Products sell faster when limited. In careers, unreachable jobs seem more desirable. The dark side, once obtained, desire often fades. It was the chase, not the object. How to use this wisely? Do not be always available. Create space and healthy mystery. Protect your energy. Do not manipulate. Ask yourself, am I chasing this because it is right, or just because I cannot have it? True maturity chooses what is healthy over what is exciting. Love those who bring peace, not chaos. Build a life that is real, not just looks good. Once you understand this law, you stop chasing illusions. You choose what nourishes your soul. Law 6. The law of short-sightedness. People focus on the present and often harm their future. They want success, love, or results fast. They ignore tomorrow. Comfort today may bring suffering tomorrow. For example, someone sees a new gadget and buys it. Not needed, just wanted now. Later, emergencies or bills create stress. This is the cost of short-sightedness. In relationships, immediate excitement can lead to guilt, breakups, or loneliness later. Short-term thinking is everywhere. People quit goals when results are slow. They skip healthy routines, neglect dreams, or stay up late, knowing it will harm them tomorrow. The world says, live in the moment. Do what makes you happy now. But that advice can be risky if it disconnects you from reality. Real growth comes from thinking long term. Ask yourself, how will this choice affect me in a year? Am I avoiding short-term discomfort that builds long-term peace? Will I be proud of this choice later? Anyone can live for today, but few build for the future. And those few become unshakable. Law 7. The law of defensiveness. People resist change even when they need it. Have you given honest advice in net anger? Or tried to help a friend grow, only to be shut out? That is defensiveness. Humans naturally protect themselves. Most people defend pain more than peace. Change feels threatening. It means stepping into the unknown. It means admitting, I was wrong. I need to grow. That challenges the ego. Think of someone always negative. You suggest solutions gently. They say, now I am the problem. They push back. Not because you are wrong, but because they feel exposed. Or imagine a worker refusing to learn new skills. Even if their job is at risk, they say, I've always done it this way. They are not lazy, they are scared. Scared of failure, looking foolish, or starting from zero. This law also applies to you. Do you get defensive when challenged? Reject ideas just because they are new? Do you fear growth because it means letting go of your old self? If so, you are not weak. You are human. The key is awareness. The most powerful people hear hard truths, stay calm, and ask, is this my chance to grow? Dropping defenses does not weaken you. It builds wisdom. Law 8. The law of self-sabotage. People often destroy their own progress without realizing it. Many are not defeated by others. They are stopped by their own mind, habits, or fear of success. You may see it in yourself. Someone starts healthy eating, then binge eats. Someone finds peace, then calls a toxic ex. Someone starts a business, then quits, saying, I just don't feel motivated. Why? Deep down, they may not believe they deserve success. They may be addicted to chaos, failure, or old stories. I'm not good enough. I always fail. I don't deserve this. That story becomes a prison. For example, a man ignored by parents seeks validation through achievements. He earns well, but every small failure feels like an attack on his worth. He fears pressure, avoids growth, and slows down. Without knowing, he self-sabotages. Often, he explains it as, I lost interest. I wasn't ready. Deep down, fear of becoming powerful held him back. The solution: change your inner story. Ask, what do I believe about myself that keeps me small? What fear appears when I succeed? Who told me I wasn't good enough? Repeat, I am not my past. I am not my pain. I am not my fear. Start small. Keep promises to yourself. Forgive your past self for what they didn't know. Show your future self they are safe in your hands. You do not need to be perfect. You only need to stop standing in your own way. Law 9. The law of repression. Whatever you hide inside eventually controls you. Almost everyone carries a quiet storm of unexpressed anger, sadness, or shame. Instead of facing it, people hide it. They say, I'm fine. It doesn't matter anymore. That was a long time ago. But repressed emotions do not disappear. They transform. They can become sudden anger over small things, cold silence toward undeserving people, fear of intimacy, jealousy that harms relationships, self-hatred behind perfectionism. For example, a woman abandoned by her father may bury the pain and act strong. Later, she cannot trust men. Every time someone gets close, she pushes them away. That is repression. Or a man bullied as a child never processed the pain. As an adult, he becomes overly competitive, always trying to prove himself. Not ambition, but trying to silence the voice that said, "You're weak." This law teaches any emotion you refuse to face will control you. It may appear in your health, relationships, work, or dreams. The solution: face the pain without shame. Sit with it. Talk about it. Write about it. Give yourself permission to say, "Yes, that hurt me. Yes, I carried it. But now I release it." Healing is not weakness. It is the most powerful act of self-respect. The strongest people are not those who never cry. They are those who cry, heal, and rise stronger. Law 10, the law of envy. People feel envy silently, and it can quietly harm you. When you grow or succeed, not everyone will celebrate you. Some may secretly wish for your fall, and it is not always strangers. Sometimes envy comes from a friend, colleague, or family member. Envy hides in familiar faces. People rarely admit envy. They act, distance themselves, become cold, critical, or competitive. They minimize your success. Say, "You were just lucky." Copy you, then try to outperform. For example, you improve your life. An old friend mocks your discipline. You buy a new car after years of saving. Someone says, "Must be nice." That is envy in disguise. How to protect yourself. First, don't try to please everyone. You are not responsible for how your success makes others feel. Second, watch people's energy, not just words. Protect your space from those who compete secretly. Most importantly, look inside yourself. We all feel envy sometimes. Transform envy into learning. Ask, what can I learn from them? How can I grow? When envy becomes admiration, you grow. When envy becomes bitterness, you fall. Choose growth. Law 11, the law of grandiosity. Success can blind you. Stay grounded. This is for winners and dreamers rising. The danger: success makes you believe you are untouchable. When things go well, you think everything will work. You stop listening to advice. You take bigger risks without preparation. Become addicted to praise, status, attention. Slowly, you may become your own enemy without realizing it. For example, a startup founder builds a successful company, becomes admired. Suggestions from the team feel like attacks. He stops learning, only wants admiration. He makes bold moves without thinking, leading to collapse. Early success made him believe he was invincible. Or an artist who gains popularity may feel untouchable and stop listening to feedback. Instead of focusing on craft, some start chasing fame. They stop practicing, stop learning, stop listening. Their work becomes lazy, but the applause is too loud to hear warning signs. This is grandiosity, a silent killer of greatness. How do you avoid it? First, stay humble. Remind yourself, "I am still learning. I am still growing." Second, surround yourself with people who tell you the truth, not just what you want to hear. Third, don't confuse confidence with arrogance. Confidence says, "I believe in my ability." Arrogance says, "I can never be wrong." The higher you rise, the more important it is to stay grounded. The strongest mountain is not the tallest. It is the one rooted through the storm. Law 12, the law of gender rigidity. People are trapped by narrow ideas of masculinity and femininity. From birth, society teaches boys, be strong, don't cry. Be aggressive, girls are told. Be sweet, be soft, don't be loud. These messages may seem small, but over time they become prisons. A boy who hides emotions may become a man who cannot open up, even when in pain. A girl told to stay quiet may become a woman who cannot speak up, even when disrespected. Masculinity and femininity are not rules. They are energies within everyone. Masculine energy, direct, assertive, action-focused. Feminine energy, intuitive, nurturing, emotionally deep. The trap: people reject one side of themselves to be accepted. A man taught emotions are weakness may work hard, stay logical, and avoid softness. On the outside, he seems successful. Inside, he is emotionally disconnected. Relationships suffer. He cannot comfort others or feel his own sadness. A woman naturally bold may be told she is too much or unfeminine. She shrinks herself, smiles when she wants to scream, sacrifices strength to be accepted. To break it, reclaim both sides of yourself. Strong, embrace softness, gentle, develop power. Ask, what part of myself have I ignored? How do I bring it back? Stop living in society's box. You don't lose yourself. You meet yourself. Law 13, the law of aimlessness. Without a clear purpose, people wander through life without direction. Many are busy scrolling, talking, moving from task to task, but feel lost inside. Business is not purpose. Movement is not progress. People follow expectations, study what parents want, work jobs they dislike. They chase money, status, validation, yet feel empty. Example: a man climbs the corporate ladder for 10 years, earns respect, buys a house. One night he realizes, I don't even like what I do. I don't know who I am. Or a woman changes careers often, says, I get bored easily. Truth: she never explored what truly drives her soul. Purpose does not require having life fully figured out. It requires a direction, a why behind your actions. Ask, what would I do even if no one clapped? What pain can I endure for something bigger? What breaks my heart? What am I willing to fix in the world? Purpose whispers. You need to get quiet to hear it. Without purpose, time slips away. With purpose, every moment becomes powerful, even painful ones. Law 14, the law of conformity. Most people follow the crowd, even when it leads nowhere. Humans want to belong and be accepted. This can be dangerous. People abandon themselves to fit in. They prefer being wrong with the crowd than right alone. Someone dresses a certain way to fit trends. Someone pretends to enjoy something to belong. Someone stays silent when wrong, because everyone else is silent. Example: a teenager joins a group who mocks others. At first uncomfortable, he joins in to avoid rejection. Years later, he becomes someone he never wanted to be. A woman dreams of starting a business. Everyone says, play it safe. Get a stable job. She abandons the dream to avoid being seen as strange. Conformity kills individuality quietly. How to break free? First, develop deep self-respect. Your voice matters even if no one agrees. Second, spend time alone. Learn to make decisions without approval. Third, stop asking, "What will they think?" Start asking, "Will I respect myself after this?" Greatness comes from standing out with integrity even when it is hard. Law 15. The law of fickleness. People change emotions quickly. Their loyalty is temporary. Don't depend on praise or approval. Someone praises you today and ignores you tomorrow. Someone supports you in struggle but resents your success. Someone says, "I'll always be there," then disappears when things get hard. People often act based on current emotions, not memory. Now they feel grateful, they act loyal. Now they feel jealous, they pull away, even if you did nothing wrong. That is fickleness. Example: you are succeeding. People love you. Friends applaud. Make one mistake. Take a break. And the applause stops. Likes drop. Friends vanish. Most people do not love you truly. Their loyalty follows their feelings. People often love the version of you that benefits them in the moment. How do you live with this truth? Stop depending on praise to feel worthy. Stop relying on attention to feel seen. Build your identity from within. If someone praises you, appreciate it, but don't cling. If someone criticizes you, examine it, but don't collapse. Your value does not rise or fall with other people's moods. Those who are real do not come and go with the seasons. Those who do, let them go. That is not your loss. It is your freedom. Law 16. The law of aggression. People often hide anger behind smiles. Learn to detect hidden hostility. Not all enemies shout. Some shake your hand while planning your fall. Aggression is not always loud. The most dangerous is passive and subtle. People carry emotions they don't know how to express, especially anger. Instead of expressing it directly, they bury it, then release it indirectly. Example: you share exciting news. Someone says, "Oh, that's nice," but you feel coldness. Later, you find out they gossip, questioning your success. That is passive aggression. Imagine a colleague who forgets to include you in emails. Always says, "I didn't mean to," but it repeats. This is a silent war. They are too scared to admit it. How to handle it? Stop expecting people to always show true emotions. Learn to read energy, tone, and patterns. When you sense passive aggression, don't respond aggressively. Respond with clarity. Say, "It feels like something's off. Want to talk?" I've noticed this keeps happening. Most people won't be ready for that directness, but you protect your peace. Don't ignore signs. If someone throws jabs or competes secretly, protect your space. Real power is not shouting louder. It is staying grounded while others shake your peace. Law 17. The law of generational myopia. People are shaped by the era they live in and rarely realize it. You are shaped not just by parents, school, or choices, but by your generation and culture. Most people don't realize how deeply this controls them. Example: born in economic success, you may believe comfort is your right. Born in war or crisis, you may value survival, caution, and hard work. When these people work together, clashes happen. Not bad or good, just different eras. Generational myopia. confusing time-bound beliefs with absolute truth. Example: a young man today believes likes, followers, and attention define worth. He doesn't realize social media culture is new and temporary. 30 years later, when trends disappear, his values collapse. Break free by awareness. Ask, are my beliefs truly mine or shaped by my environment? Ask, if I were born 100 years ago, would I think this way? Are you addicted to trends and ignoring timeless values like wisdom, discipline, patience? Your generation is like a wave. You can ride it or drown in it. The strongest minds live in their time but think beyond it. Law 18, the law of death. Most people live as if they will never die. That is why they waste life. They scroll, rush, stress, delay dreams. They act as if time is unlimited. The truth, you are going to die. Maybe in 50 years, maybe tomorrow. Every heartbeat is one heartbeat closer to your final moment. Most live as if immortal, delaying dreams, holding grudges, chasing shallow things. The right time to live fully never comes. One day it is too late. Example: a man chases success, wealth, recognition, but sacrifices family, health, peace. One day he becomes terminally ill and realizes, time didn't wait. I thought I had more. A woman loves to paint and travel but fears starting. She says maybe next year. Next year becomes 5, 10. Eventually the chance is gone. She didn't run out of talent. She ran out of time. Most fear death because they haven't truly lived, spoken their truth, or loved fully. They die with gifts, voice, and heart unused. The answer: don't fear death. Use it as fuel. Remembering mortality teaches you to love more, forgive faster, create without waiting. Let go of judgment. Live on your own terms. Do what matters before it is too late. Don't waste energy on what doesn't deserve it. Don't stay where your spirit dies. Don't wait to be chosen. Choose yourself. Death is not the enemy. Living a fake life is. Each time you remember death, you awaken life. Live fully. Don't just exist. Face yourself, truth, and the world as it is. You've learned how smiles can lie, how envy poisons, how unspoken pain controls. Most live asleep, wandering, wasting time. You no longer are most people. You've seen through masks. You've looked in the mirror. The world waits for your awakening. Wake up to your power, emotions, purpose, voice, and limited time on earth. This was never just a book. It was a mirror. If brave enough, you'll never return to who you used to be. If this touched you, join a space where truth lives, where books transform, where words awaken. This is your beginning. Stop autopilot. Live consciously, powerfully, fearlessly. You have one life. Don't waste it being someone else. Be fully the real you. Go live a life most people never will.